Hello everyone, my name is Rich Keener. I'm the Village Manager for the Village of Villa Park, and today is another one of our segments where I'll be discussing the upcoming board meeting agenda. So today's segment we're going to cover Monday, October 23rd. And just as a reminder, we've went to the new revised agenda, so there is no COW, so we move right on to the formal board agenda. So let's start. So for Monday, October 23rd, number one on the agenda is the call to order. It's the roll call. Number two is the Pledge of Allegiance. Number three is public comments on agenda items. And folks, that's the appropriate time for anyone in the audience to approach the podium, be recognized by the president, and be discuss, if you will, or have questions about items on the agenda. Number four for Monday night is amendments to the agenda, and that's the appropriate time for the president or board of trustees to modify the agenda, change things, table things, anything of that nature. Moving on to number five is a proclamation of support for the DuPage Monarch project. Number six is our consent agenda. We'll have A, minutes from the board meeting on October 9th, 2017. And then B is the bill listing for the weeks of October 9th and October 16th, 2017 for a total amount of $1,164,487.93. So moving on to number seven is a resolution of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, establishing the holiday schedule and regular meeting dates of the Villa Park Board of Trustees for calendar year 2018. The Villa Park Municipal Code contains various references to meetings and holidays. On an annual basis, the Board of Trustees establishes and approves a schedule of the meetings of the Village of Villa Park Board of Trustees, as well as the village's annual holiday schedule. Staff recommends that the President and Board of Trustees pass a resolution to establish the holidays and meeting dates for the Villa Park Board of Trustees for the calendar year 2018. So folks, we do this on a regular basis this time of year, and by doing so, that lets you, the citizen and staff and others, know that Village Hall and other buildings will be closed on certain dates, and that the Villa Park Board of Trustees will meet on certain dates. Usually we meet the second and fourth Monday of each month, but sometimes the holidays in November and December cause us to change our meeting dates a little bit. So you kind of have to pay attention to November and December of every year. So moving on to number 8, which is a resolution of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, approving the 2018 Sugar Creek Golf Course annual budget. The Sugar Creek Golf Course Administrative Board has approved the proposed Sugar Creek Golf Course budget for fiscal year 2018, beginning January 1st, 2018 and ending December 31st, 2018. Proposed expenditures equal $1,067,407. Proposed revenues equal $1,095,149, which results in a projected net profit of $27,742. According to the intergovernmental agreement between the Village of Villa Park and the Elmhurst Park District, the proposed budget must be approved by both entities prior to implementation. So folks, we do this on an annual basis also, is approve the golf course's budget sometime in October, November, so they can implement it on January 1st. So again, as I mentioned, there's a net profit, which is good. They've got some improvements within the proposed budget and some equipment purchases. So it's a very good budget for the golf course. Over the last few years, we've kind of refined how we do that, more of a rolling look back over a 5-year period to create the revenues And then expenditures, of course, are based on salaries and benefits and chemicals, things of that nature. So it's a much more diverse and, if you will, concise budget than it has been maybe 7 years ago. So moving on to number 9 for Monday night is a resolution of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, approving a contract with K&S Automatic Sprinklers, Inc. for the installation of fire sprinkler systems for Fire Station 81 and 82 in an amount not to exceed $56,750. The fire department recently received a grant from the FEMA Assistance to Firefighters Grant Program, also known as AFG, in the amount of $159,091. This is a 90% federal share, 10% village share grant to support the purchase and installation of sprinkler systems at Fire Station 81 and Fire Station 82. The village advertised for bids for the installation of the sprinkler systems, and it was determined that K&S Automatic Sprinklers, Inc. of Bellwood, Illinois, should be awarded the contract in an amount not to exceed $56,750. Funding for the village's 10% share of the purchase would be taken from the Building Improvement Fund, account number 67-502-02402. And as I always mention, folks, about grants, what happens is that the village will pay for the improvements and then seek reimbursements from the grant provider. So in this case, we'll do the improvements and then we'll seek reimbursement through AFG, and the reimbursement will be 90%, and then obviously they will not reimburse us for the last 10%, and that'll be our share of the grant. So moving on to number 10 is also related to number 9, is a resolution of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, approving a contract for the installation of a backflow preventer for Fire Station 81 and a fire service main and backflow preventer for Fire Station 82 from Midland Plumbing and Sewer Service, Inc. in an amount not to exceed $43,650. The fire department recently received a grant from the FEMA Assistance to Firefighters Grant Program, AFG, in the amount of $159,091. And this is again a 90% federal share, 10% village share, to support the purchase and installation of sprinkler systems at Fire Station 81 and Fire Station 82. To support the operation of the sprinkler systems, both stations must be properly plumbed. The village advertised for bids for the installation of a backflow preventer for Fire Station 81 and a fire service water main and backflow preventer for Fire Station 82. And it was determined that Midland Plumbing and Sewer Service, Inc. of Villa Park, Illinois, should be awarded the contract in an amount not to exceed $43,650. Funding for the village's 10% share of the purchase would be taken from the Building Improvement Fund account number 67-502-02402. And again, once we do all the improvements for the grant and pay for those improvements, then we'll seek reimbursement from AFG. So moving on to number 11 for Monday night, October 23rd, is a resolution of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, accepting an intergovernmental agreement with School District 45 for the Jackson Pond Expansion Project to lessen the frequency and severity of flooding due to the northwest portion of the Sugar Creek watershed. The village proposes the expansion of the Jackson Stormwater Detention Basin and construction of relief storm sewers. The current detention basin is located on property owned by School District 45. The proposed intergovernmental agreement would provide the temporary and additional permanent easements needed by the village to complete the detention basin expansion. This agreement has already been approved by School District 45. Staff recommends the approval of the agreement. So folks, what we're discussing here is improvements to the Jackson detention basin, which is located east of the Jackson School, which is located on Jackson. And there's a detention basin there, and we've talked about this before. And so the storm relief sewers will go into the detention basin and then exit the detention basin on another facility located on High Ridge Road, which is part of this project. But the storm relief will help 79 to 80 homes in the northwest area of Villa Park, and it flows down into the Jackson Pond, and then it slowly releases into an additional detention basin next to High Ridge Road and eventually goes into Salt Creek. So it's a large project for the village to supply storm relief for many, many homes. And so moving on to number 12 is a resolution of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, authorizing a contract with J.A. Johnson Paving Company of Arlington Heights, Illinois, for the 2017 pavement patching program in the amount of $169,545. Staff proposes the completion of pavement patching on various village streets as a part of the 2017 pavement patching program. The project was publicly bid with 8 contractors submitting bids. Staff recommends awarding a contract to the lowest responsible bidder, J.A. Johnson Paving Company of Arlington Heights, Illinois, in the amount of $169,545. There is $200,000 budgeted for this work in Street Improvement Fund account number 60-502-02-299. So folks, we do this on an annual basis as well. And this project is the 2017 pavement patching program. So we will have, if this is approved Monday night, we'll have all the pavement patching completed prior to snowfall. And you can tell that we've budgeted enough money. So once this is approved on Monday evening, they'll have a pre-construction meeting, and then boom, this JA Construction Paving will be out in our streets doing the pavement patching, and boom, we'll be done before snow falls. So moving on to number 13 for Monday night is a resolution of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, approving a contract with Baxter and Woodman, Inc. for Phase 2 design services for the South Michigan Avenue Improvement Project in an amount not to exceed $82,810. The village proposes completion of design of the South Michigan Avenue Improvement Project, which consists of street, water, wastewater, stormwater improvements on South Michigan Avenue from Madison Street to Central Boulevard. Staff proposes an engineering services agreement with Baxter and Woodman, Inc. of Crystal Lake, Illinois, to provide Phase 2 design engineering services for these improvements at a cost not to exceed $82,810. Cost will be allocated to the street improvement, which is the bond referendum account number 60-502-03-292, the wastewater fund combined sewer separation account number 83-502-03-292. The wastewater portion of the project will be funded by the new utility sales tax through an inter-fund transfer from the Capital Project Fund account number 64-502-03-793. So folks, we're moving on to the design of another segment on South Michigan. And so we've finished one segment already, and now we're designing another segment. So hopefully, eventually, within the maybe another 12 to 14 months, we'll have all South Michigan designed and either under construction or almost under construction. So that roadway really needs to be completed, and I'll certainly be happy when that's done. So another great contract to move forward with to finalize this particular roadway. So moving on to 14 for Monday night, October 23rd, is the resolution of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, authorizing an engineering services agreement between the Village of Villa Park and Christopher B. Burke Engineering, Ltd. for Phase 2 design engineering for the Washington Street Sewer Separation Project, and this is first phase, in an amount not to exceed $191,530. So the village proposes completion of design of the first phase of the Washington Street Sewer Separation, which consists of street and utility improvements on South Monterey Avenue from Washington to Park, and utility improvements on Highland Avenue from Monterey to Riverside. Staff proposes an engineering services agreement with Christopher B. Burke Engineering Limited of Rosemont, Illinois, to provide Phase 2 design engineering services for these improvements at a cost not to exceed $191,530. Costs will be allocated to the Street Improvement Fund, and this again is the bond referendum account number 60-502-03-292, and the Wastewater Fund Combined Sewer Separation account number 83-502-03-292. The wastewater portion of the project will be funded by the new utility sales tax through an interfund transfer from the Capital Project Fund. So folks, this is another very important project for sewer separation on Washington Street. We look forward to that, and this project as well will help many homes for storm relief. Moving on to number 15 for Monday night, October 23rd, is a resolution of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, accepting change order number 3 to the contract between the Village of Villa Park and Orange Crush LLC for the 2017 Street Improvement Project in an amount not to exceed $89,990. So the Village has a contract with Orange Crush LLC of Hillside, Illinois for the 2017 Street Improvement Project. During construction, the condition of the existing subgrade on West Adams Street between Addison and Harvard Avenue deteriorated after being excavated and exposed. Proposed change order number 3 consists of additional quantities as needed for the completion of additional pavement undercuts on Adams Street between Addison Avenue and Harvard Avenue. The net amount of proposed change order number 3 is an addition of $89,990 for an adjusted contract amount of $2,394,373.34. The cost of this additional work would be paid out of account number 60-502-03-299 in the Street Improvement Fund referendum funding. So folks, Adams Street is almost complete now. They've got the binder coat down on the entire length. The landscaping should be complete today, and that is sod with a nice topsoil. And so after that, they'll put down the final coat. So probably within the next week or so, Adams Street should be complete because the undercuts have been done already, and this is just a formal approval of that. So the undercuts were done in that spongy area after it was exposed and did not meet specifications for the traffic. So now the binder coat's been put down. They'll put down the final layer, and the Adams Street's done, and we're just one more street closer to being done for 2017, and then we'll be looking forward to the 2018 street improvement projects. So moving on to number 16 for Monday night for October 23rd is public comments on non-agenda items. Folks, that's the appropriate time to approach a podium, be recognized by the president, and address the board and staff on comments that are not on the agenda items. So 17 is the village clerk's report. 18 is the village trustees report. 19 is the village president's report. 20 is my report, the village manager's report. Number 21 is executive closed session. So we do have some items to enter into executive closed session to discuss. But when we come out, there will be no motions, resolutions, or ordinances to approve anything. So one item we'll have is A, 5 ILCS 120-2 C1, personnel matters. B, it was a C2, collective bargaining matters. C, C5, purchase or lease of property. D, C6, sale or lease of property. E, C11, pending litigation. And F, C21, discussion of closed session minutes. And then we'll come out of executive closed session. And number 22 for Monday night, October 23rd, is adjournment. So folks, we've got a number of nice, kind of tasty items for Monday night. Plenty of construction, and moving forward on a slew of items. And not only finishing up 2017 items, but looking forward to 2018 and beyond. And so we're very busy. Hopefully you appreciate the roads that have been done already this year, like Central. I really enjoy that one. It looks very nice. And I'll look forward to Adams, which looks very nice. And folks, we're getting there. Even a portion of South Michigan was done this year. So it's just a matter of time, and we'll get all these difficult roadways done. So I hope to see you soon. Again, my name is Rich Keener. I'm your village manager. It's my honor. Take care, and we'll see you soon. 23 minutes.